What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new live stream. Hope everyone had a good weekend and having a good week. We got NFL trade news. The NBA finals are set. Game one's happening right now. So we'll get into all that. Um, plus, go through the normal stuff. But I gotta get the news pulled up. All right, let me get my screen shared. All right, so Giants are signing Braxton Berrios. I'm not really sure why they went ahead and did this. Their wide receiver room is jam-packed full. Like, it's really full. Get into other signings in a little bit. Was there anything else prior to this that I missed? Um, not seeing much. Yeah, it's a bunch of random posts. Okay. And then OBJ is returning to the Giants. So yeah. OBJ that's not what I clicked on. Don't know why that got brought up. Don't know how I ended up all the way down there, but yeah, OBJ is heading back to the Giants after what 7-8 years or something. Obviously not in his prime anymore. This will probably be, his last season because it makes sense. End your career off where it started. So that is pretty cool. I just don't know how much he's really gonna play because, like I said, that receiver room is really crowded. You have Malik Neighbors whenever he comes back from his Achilles tear. So he might get a little bit of shine and stuff. Which, funny enough, they're playing the Cowboys in Week 1 on Sunday Night Football, so it'd be pretty cool to see him recreate that iconic catch. But yeah, I think this is it for him. But here's the catch that I'm talking about. Just the audio's off, so but yeah, Sunday Night Football against the Cowboys. So if he recreates this same catch in Week 1, that'd be insane. But hey, it's end of his career, so why not? But yeah, he caught it one hand. Football back then, peak. It still is good, but back then was, awesome. And then this just came out of nowhere. I did not expect this at all. The Cleveland Browns trade away Myles Garrett to the Rams for Jared Verse and a 2027 first round pick, and they got multiple other picks after that. So yeah, crazy trade. Myles Garrett just broke the sack record last year, winning Defensive Player of the Year. So he's just a phenomenal player. Great addition to already very good Rams team. Their defense improved drastically. They improved the secondary, which was by far the main reason they lost the NFC Championship. But Myles Garrett definitely elevates your defense, even higher. Obviously, the best pass rusher in the NFL. And I didn't expect this at all because the Browns had him, under contract. They gave him the extension that he wanted. So they didn't have to trade him if they didn't want to. But of course, you're getting, really good value out of it. You're getting a younger player in Jared Verse, and you're getting a bunch of draft capital as well. So I think they did the right thing selling high on him now, which is good. I think if the Rams win the Super Bowl, then it'll be a win-win for both teams, depending on, what Cleveland does with those draft picks. But I'd say it's a win-win. I think the Rams should be the favorites to win the Super Bowl. I think they'll definitely make it out of the NFC. That division is loaded. You got Rams, Niners, and Seahawks, who are the defending champs. So Rams Seahawks should be exciting. Should be very exciting matchup. Rams Niners, which are getting that in week 1 in Australia. That's gonna be an interesting game. But yeah, that was a wild one. I really, set off, June. But and then the Giants went ahead and also signed Juju Smith-Schuster. Not really sure why they did that, but okay, I guess. I just assumed he was gonna stick with the Chiefs, but finally happened. AJ Brown is headed to the Patriots, my Patriots, for a 2028 first round pick and a 2027 fifth round pick. Yeah, I'm really excited for this. Should have drafted him years ago, but they took N'Keal Harry over him for whatever reason. But obviously, this is a completely different regime now. Gets to fulfill his dream. Play for the team he grew up being a fan of and stuff. But yeah, I'm very excited for this. Been waiting months for this, ever since Adam Schefter tweeted that he expects AJ Brown to be a Patriot by June 1st. And I didn't think it actually happened on June 1st, but it did. So I'm glad that we're able to do it sooner rather than later. It's just we had to wait this long because if the Eagles traded him before June 1st, they would have actually lost money. So they had to wait until after June 1st to, avoid, getting penalized and, the salary cap. But yeah, very excited to Drake May finally gets his wide receiver one. People are going to say, oh, he's 29, 30 years old and stuff. And they're going to bring up the drops last year in Philly. Look, he was not happy in Philly last year. You can clearly see it, where you see him on the sideline reading a book during a playoff game, or that might have been the Packers game. I don't remember. But he was clearly growing frustrated. He was tired of Jalen Hurts, tired of Nick Sirianni. He just wanted out of there. Yeah, he got a Super Bowl ring out of it and stuff. But like this past season, just clearly wasn't happy. Just wasn't, just didn't really see much motivation. They ended up being a wild card exit by the injured Niners team, and you see him getting into it with Nick Sirianni on the sideline and stuff. And then, of course, he plays it like, oh, no big deal. But AJ Brown's like, no, it was a big deal. But now that he's been traded to New England, you see him like all smiling and he's happy and stuff. So that's a good sign. He's excited to be here. So looking forward to it. Drake May and AJ Brown's going to be a very fun duo to watch. So I'm excited. Definitely makes us, better this season. I think we've had a pretty solid off season so far. But yeah, I'd say playing with Drake May is certainly an upgrade than Jalen Hurts. But let's see if there's any other news that we need to talk about. And, the day after he gets traded, he's already on the field practicing with the team. So you'll love to see it. Going to be wearing number 1 instead of number 11, even though Edelman gave him permission to wear number 11. So, I appreciate that, but I have too much respect for him. I want to carve my own legacy here, which I do like that energy. See a quick highlight. Drake made it. AJ Brown gonna be absolute cinema. I agree. Plus, he'll be able to open up the rest of the offense. Like if AJ, he's great in man-to-man coverage, but if he's getting doubled, that's going to open up Romeo Dobbs and Kyle Williams and Matt Collins or Hunter Henry or whoever else is on this team. I think Kayshon Boutte is the odd man out, unfortunately. Hate to see him go. But, you know, he's in a contract year. So I actually think we could actually get, you know, a good offer out of him because he did have a really good year. So like a second or a third, I wouldn't be too mad at that. I do want to see this clip though. The longest punt in NFL history since 2000. Jesus. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. $90 yards. That's crazy. Let's see. College football 27. I've never played those games. I've only played Madden. But here's your cover. Kewan Lacey, Malachi Tony, Dante Moore. Yeah, and then this is the deluxe edition. Your Dynasty Blueprint awaits. Yeah, not the best cover in my opinion, but all right. And then Seahawks are extending Derek Hall. I don't remember who that is, but he's an edge, so. There's Jake's favorite player, Fernando Mendoza. Yep, can't wait. Gotta wait until September, though. All right, Steelers extending Nick Herbig. I believe. Oh, he's a linebacker. Okay, I thought it was safety, but linebacker. But yeah, obviously, for anyone who knows Ben, he's a big Steelers fan. So shout out to him. Falcons extending Drake London. That's good. Probably the best player they have outside of Bijan Robinson. Yeah, criminally underrated wide receiver. It's really good. Then we have the Madden 27 cover. Caleb Williams of the Chicago Bears is your cover athlete. Yeah, Bears missing the playoffs because of the Madden curse. That's probably what's going to happen now because of the Madden curse. Because anybody who goes on the Madden cover, which this is the deluxe edition, ends up getting cursed in some sort of way. This year was Saquon. Eagles were a first round exit. 2025 was McCaffrey. He was pretty much injured all season. 2024, I believe, was it Josh Allen or was he 2023? I thought it was 2023 though. 2026 was Saquon. 25 was McCaffrey. I think 24 was Josh Allen. Yeah, 24 was Josh Allen, and they lost to the Chiefs in the divisional by 3. I think 23 was John Madden, I think, if I'm not mistaken, because John Madden passed away around that time, so they put him on the cover as, homage. Is also retiring from the NFL. He had a pretty good career, made 2 Super Bowls, won a Super Bowl against Denver. As you can see there, 43-8. Jesus. And the Steelers are extending tight end Darnell Washington. Okay, clicked on the wrong post again. And yeah, it's pretty much it. It's a 4-year extension, $42 million. And yeah, I think AJ Brown makes this game a lot more interesting and exciting. So we'll see how AJ Brown does against Devin Witherspoon. All right, got a tie game going into the 4th quarter in game 1 of the finals. 9 seconds left in the 3rd is what I meant to say. All right, let's pick up where we left off. All right, so game 6 in San Antonio, Spurs dominate the Thunder to force game 7 back to OKC. 118-91. Wemby, phenomenal performance, 28 points, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks. Shea only had 15 points. Your MVP only scores 15 points. Like I said, the MVP award just does not mean anything anymore when they're giving it to guys like this, but whatever. But yeah, Spurs have had a very impressive playoff run. But yeah, game 7 back to OKC. And I believe game 7 was on Saturday. And it was a pretty, interesting game. The Spurs started off red hot, 15-4 at one point, and the Thunder got back in it, and there was like a couple lead changes throughout the game. But the Spurs outscored them in every quarter, or except the third quarter. Wait, I'm reading that wrong. Never mind. First quarter, they outscored the Thunder 32-25. Then the second quarter, the Thunder won that one by 4, 28-24. Then the third quarter, both teams scored 24 points. Then the fourth quarter, the Spurs outscored the Thunder 31-26. Wemby, 22 points, won Western Conference Finals MVP. Very much deserved. Shea at 35 points, really the only player on the Thunder that showed up, so I'll give him credit for that. Forgot to mention the last game, J-Dub, Jalen Williams, played 10 minutes off the bench and scored 1 point. So I'm like, okay, I don't understand what that even accomplished, because he didn't play in this game because he was too hobbled. Dude has not been able to stay healthy all season, but Chet was absolutely horrible in this game. Only scored, 3 points, refused to take any shots, just looked clearly terrified of Wemby. That's why I didn't try anything. Most pathetic Game 7 performance I've seen out of any player in recent history. But yeah, the Spurs dethroned the defending champs. The Thunder are actually the first defending champs to make it to the conference finals since the 2018-19 Warriors. Because since, the Warriors went back-to-back, a defending champion, or since the Raptors beat the Warriors in the 2019 finals, a defending champion has not been able to make it past the second round. So the Thunder end that curse here. Some people thought that they might become the first team since the Warriors to go back-to-back, given how young they are, so much, and how much depth they have. But they come up short in Game 7 at home. So yeah, this is a great series. Best Western Conference Finals since Rockets Warriors in 2018. But yeah, probably the best series all playoffs, in my opinion. But yeah, now we're in the NBA Finals. That game is tied right now. So we might check it later. But we also have the Stanley Cup Finals, which I know I don't talk about hockey much on the channel. But I did see Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals yesterday, and it was actually a pretty good game. Like, it was insane. And it was very high scoring for hockey. Like, if you get 5 goals, that's pretty high scoring for hockey because it's really hard to score. mean, sometimes you have games where um, you can go through like all three periods, which each period's 20 minutes, and you know, you can go all three periods and it can be 0-0. So you have to go into overtime. And, sometimes you can win that overtime 1-0 because it's sudden death. And if you go the overtime without scoring either, 0-0, then it goes into a shootout. And, you can win in a shootout 1-0. So, yeah. I believe second game is on tomorrow. But it's the Golden Knights versus the Hurricanes, which very surprised me because the Colorado Avalanche were favored to win it all, and they get swept in the Western Conference Finals. That is pretty wild right there. But we're going to talk about game one here. Vegas wins it 5-4. It was a pretty easy game. The Hurricanes went up 2-0 in the first period. I believe they scored a goal in like the first 2 seconds of the game, which is crazy. But it was 2-0. Then Vegas is able to tie it up. They take the lead 3-2. Then Carolina ties it 3-3. Vegas takes the lead 4-3. And then Carolina ties it up again 4-4. So it was a pretty crazy third period, but the Golden Knights get a game-winning goal with I think 10 seconds left or something like that. I don't remember. But they take game one. I believe it. First game was in Carolina. So yeah. See, they have the better record, 53, 22, and 7, 39, 26, 17. So yeah, Golden Knights had a pretty crazy playoff run. I heard that they said they won 9 straight playoff games now, I think. I'm not 100% confident on that, but yeah, we'll see if they can go up 2-0 or if Carolina ties it. Okay, tie game 86-86. San Antonio versus New York. So a pretty crazy game. I heard Brunson got hurt and had to leave the game, so that's not a good sign. But let's check out discussing film. If there's any news. Okay. Stranger Things, Tales from. Okay, I'm not watching this. Tales from 85, Showrunner reveals season 2. I didn't bother watching it because it makes no sense. The animation looks horrible. So, yeah. It is not canon to me, anyway. So, you know, if I don't watch it, I don't have to consider it canon. So, Supergirl, filmed for IMAX, comes out this month, June 26th. I'm not excited for this at all. Boo. What is this? This looks interesting. Exclusive first look at the new scary movie Popcorn Bucket, the WhatsApp phone. Oh, looks cool. That movie's probably going to be bad, but cool. And I saw this going around today, the Wolverine game by Insomniac, releasing on September 15th. So that's pretty cool. Graphics look pretty nice. I've been hearing about this game for a while now, so I hope it has a good story to it. And I think there's another brand new day, exclusive in theaters, July 9th, July 31st. I don't know why it says 29th, but whatever. But yeah, looks like a pretty cool poster. Excited for this movie. Don't know how they'll tie up No Way Home, but we'll see. What else do we have? All right, Lex Luthor's suit and Man of Tomorrow, July 9th, 2027. So I think the suit looks pretty cool. Kind of pays homage to some of the comics in a way. All right. Masters of the Universe. Exclusive clip of Skeletor and Evil Lyn. Okay. In theaters June 5th, so a couple days from now. So we'll see if it's good or not. My dad's excited for it because he grew up with the animated show way back then. The poster looks pretty cool. I like the poster with the Skeletor guy and He-Man. Yeah, I already know Jake's excited for this movie. Kristen Dunst as Alex in Minecraft 2, also known as Mary Jane Watson in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. Got more Spider-Man Brand New Day stuff. New look at Peter and MJ and Spider-Man Brand New Day. So not sure what they're doing in there. I guess he's showing her his web shooters, I guess. I don't know. So you got another photo of him lifting a thing. I really like the suit. The suit looks awesome. And then we get Spider-Man with Punisher. I'm excited to see Punisher in it. But yeah, we'll see what his role is going to be. And that looks pretty cool. And yeah, that's pretty much it. X-Men 97 season 2, July 1st. I'm thinking about watching it. But pretty much caught up, I think. Um, is that the title for Minecraft 2? A Minecraft movie squared. Okay, that's a weird title, but all right. See what memes are going to come out about it next year. See if people are throwing popcorn. Yeah, throwing popcorn again, because a bunch of clips of people throwing popcorn like it's nothing. But yeah, the theater reactions were insane. So we've gotten through the normal stuff. Try to find a tier list that we can do. If it lets me. Um, So this is Marvel movies and shows, not just MCU. Um, let's do it. You got non-MCU projects in here as well. I'm glad that they have the haven't watched tier already in there because a lot of these I've never watched. Iron Man 2008. Love the first Iron Man. Gonna put it in A tier. The Incredible Hulk. I'd say it's like a solid B. I think it is a good Hulk movie. I think it's better than the Hulk that we have now. Um, but yeah, I think it's enjoyable to watch. Iron Man 2, I'd say B. I think people overhate on it way too much. It's not bad. Um, I think it's a solid B movie. Thor, probably take it over Iron Man 2, I think. It's a decent movie, not great, but it's a good origin story, I guess. Captain America, I enjoy the Captain America films for the most part. I think it should be an A movie, even though most people are like, oh, it's just a World War II movie and stuff. It captures what Captain America is supposed to be, and it's a great origin story. So I'd still take Iron Man, the original Iron Man, over it, um, but this one has like a special place because I got to see it in the theater when I was a little kid with my dad. All right, Avengers could be too high, but I think it's got to go in S tier. Just a great movie. Exactly what the Avengers is supposed to be. Seeing them in live action, this movie really put the Avengers on the map. And it was Disney's first produced Marvel movie, live action. So that's what really, got things going for Marvel. And I got to see this one in the theater as well, and it was a fun experience. Iron Man 3, I'd probably take it over Iron Man 2, probably over Thor. Wasn't a fan of the whole Mandarin, is that his name? I can't remember. I wasn't a fan of that stuff. Other than that, it's a pretty good movie. All right, or Thor Dark World's going in D. It's just really boring. I do like the dark tone vibe to it, but it's just really boring. Captain America Civil War, really good. Probably take it over the first one. Love, the Bucky stuff and, their fight near the end. And, Steve says, like, I'm with you until the end of the line. And that's what gets him to, like, snap out of it in a way. So, yeah, pretty good movie. Guardians of the Galaxy, I really enjoy this movie. Good comedy, good action. I'm going to put it at top of B. All right, then Age of Ultron, not as good as the first Avengers, but still pretty solid. Probably in B. Remember, this came out around the same time as Jurassic World, so that was a crazy year for movies. Ant-Man, the first Ant-Man, underrated movie. Probably take it. We'll put it bottom of B. Captain America: Civil War, one of my favorite movies in the Marvelverse. I think it's the best out of the Captain America trilogy. Which, if you want to get technical, it's technically an Avengers movie, but still, Cap was in the right. So you could put it in S tier. I think you could make an argument, but I'm going to put it in A. Just has some of my favorite moments, like the airport fight. That was pretty good. We get first introduction to Spider-Man and Black Panther. That was cool. But that final fight at the end where it's Iron Man finding out that Bucky brainwashed by the Hydra, was responsible for his parents' death, and just unleashes his anger, and he's like, he goes to Steve like, "Did you know about this?" And he's like, "I didn't know it was him." And then Tony's like, "Do you even remember them?" And we just see 2v1 Iron Man versus Cap and Bucky, and that ending where he's like, "My father made that shield. You don't deserve it." So then Cap just leaves it behind, and just pretty much tears apart the Avengers for like several years. But yeah, just good movie. Doctor Strange, not a bad movie, but it's just kind of boring to me at times. It's not really that interesting. Okay, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. It was just all right. I don't think it should be a D, but comedy is just a bit much, and as one of the worst villains in Ego, played by Kurt Russell. But yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming, pretty good. I'd say like solid B. Probably like around there, I think is fair. Thor Ragnarok, not that good. I'd say top of C. Action's good, but other than that, Black Panther, not as good as he is in Civil War, but still not a bad movie. Probably took it over Ant-Man. Solid B movie. Avengers Infinity War, probably go in A. Like around there is fair, I think. Good comedy, great action. Ant-Man and the Wasp, not that good. Probably take it over Volume 2, but it just wasn't that good. Miss Marvel, not that good, in my opinion. Probably bottom of C, just not really that interesting. Avengers Endgame, I don't think it's as good as people say it is. I thought the beginning of it was good, and I thought the ending was great, but like in the middle, it just gets kind of slow and stuff, and just unnecessary stuff like Thor fat jokes. Like I just didn't really find that interesting or that funny. But I thought they ended Cap or Steve and Tony's characters very well. Spider-Man Far From Home, underrated movie. I think it's a lot better than people give it credit for. Probably like from Homecoming. WandaVision, I only saw the first 2 episodes. I didn't actually finish it, so I didn't think it was that good. Falcon and Winter Soldier, probably in D, just not that good. Loki, I only saw season 1, didn't really watch season 2, so I just kind of thought it was boring a little bit. I've only season 1, I didn't watch season 2. Probably put it at top of C, I guess. Black Widow, I never watched that. Shang-Chi, I didn't watch. No Way Home, amazing movie. I'm going to put it top of A. Could go in S tier. Eternals, I heard it was bad. I didn't watch it. Hawkeye, I didn't watch. Moon Knight, I didn't watch. Multiverse of Madness, I heard it was very disappointing, but I only saw clips. I never watched it. Marvels, I didn't watch. Thor Love and Thunder, I did watch, unfortunately. That goes in F. She-Hulk, thank God I haven't watched it, and I'm not going to. I don't even know what this one is. What is this? I don't know what that is. Never saw Wakanda Forever. Never saw the Christmas special for Guardians of the Galaxy. Never saw Quantumania. Ant-Man 3. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 I did watch. I actually thought it was pretty good. I'd say like B. Probably like bottom of B. I thought it was a good movie. Invasion, never watched. I heard negative things about it. I don't even know what this is. What is this? Echo, never watched. Deadpool and Wolverine, that was a solid movie. Probably bottom of B. Thank God I never watched Agatha. Thank God I didn't watch that. Captain America: Brave New World. I heard it was bad. I didn't watch it. Thunderbolts. I've seen most of it. I haven't seen it all the way through, but it's not really that interesting. Ironheart. I heard that was bad. Fantastic Four. I did see. I'd say like top of C. Or we'll see. We'll put it ahead of Deadpool and Wolverine. Not bad. Okay, but now that we're on to the non-MCU stuff. Okay, no comments in the chat. All right, but first Spider-Man, absolutely love this movie. Probably gonna put it top of S tier. And Spider-Man 2 truly captures the responsibility of being a superhero or just being a hero in general. Also putting that in S tier. Those are great movies. Spider-Man 3, probably C. Probably top of C. All right, The Amazing Spider-Man, just not that good. I'd probably rather watch it than Miss Marvel, though. And Spider-Man 2, just not good. Venom, thought it was a solid C movie. I'd probably take over TASM 1. All right, and then Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage, so disappointing. Probably put it top of D, honestly, or maybe behind Falcon and Winter Soldier. All right, and then Venom: The Last Dance. I thought it was all right. Probably bottom of C. Probably rather watch it than TASM 1, but not bad. But I'm just not a fan of Venom being an anti-hero. Morbius, that was not good. Or actually, no, I'm confusing with Madam Web. I never watched Morbius. I heard it was bad though. Madam Web, yeah, that was not good. That was bad. Craven, I didn't watch. First two X-Men movies are really good. They're both A tier for me. Probably like around here. You gotta argue X-Men 2 is better than the first one. But yeah, really enjoyed those movies growing up. X-Men 3, really disappointing. Not complete and utter ass, but they freaking kill off Cyclops in like the first 5 minutes, which made absolutely no sense. Then X-Men Origins, Wolverine. It's a fun movie, but a bad movie. Probably I'd rather watch it than the TASM movies. X-Men First Class, kind of boring. Just not really that interesting. And Days of Future Past is really good. I haven't seen it in a while, but really good movie. Apocalypse was bad. I did not enjoy that at all. Dark Phoenix, I heard it was bad. Didn't watch it though. Wolverine 2013. Really enjoyed that movie. Say it's solid B. Probably take it over Black Panther. New Mutants, I did not watch that. Deadpool is funny. The first Deadpool, good action. I'd take it over Deadpool and Wolverine. And then Deadpool 2. Probably put it in C. Probably my least favorite out of the Deadpool trilogy, but I don't think it's that bad. Logan, phenomenal movie. Great send off to Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, and that is his true send off. I'm putting in S tier, and top of S tier. Just a great movie. Netflix Daredevil, based off what I've seen so far. I've only seen the first season. I'm on season 2 right now. I'm on the part where Elektra comes in. But, based off what I've seen so far, I got to give it an A. Just a great show. I don't know what happened because Born Again is nowhere near being on par to this. But absolutely enjoyed the first season. Enjoying season 2 so far. Not as good as season 1, but still pretty good. Jessica Jones, I didn't watch. Luke Cage, I only seen I don't even remember if I finished season 1 or not. But I just didn't find it that interesting. Around there, I guess. Iron Fist, I heard it was bad. Never watched the Defenders show, but they're coming back in season 3 of Born Again. Now, Punisher, I did see seasons 1 and 2 of Punisher. Absolutely enjoyed it. Season 2 was all right, but season 1 was amazing. Probably bottom of A for me, but Daredevil Born Again, it's probably gonna be bottom of C, just not that good. Probably take it over or around there, I guess. I don't know. It's just not that good. Never watched the Spider-Man movies, the Spider-Verse movies with Miles Morales. Never watched What If. I think it's kind of dumb, honestly, but X-Men, I don't think I've seen this series of X-Men. I haven't seen 97 yet. Never seen this, whatever Spider-Man is. I don't know what this is. Never watched whatever this is. I did see the first Ghost Rider with Nicolas Cage. I thought it was all right. Probably bottom of C. Ghost Rider 2, I did see. It was not good at all. Definitely goes in F for me. I saw the first 2 Blade movies. I thought they were solid. I'd say Blade is solid B movie, I guess. I would take it over Ant-Man. I only seen the first 2, and I thought they were decent movies. I didn't see the third one though. Not see Daredevil, that 2005 movie or whatever. Ben Affleck is Daredevil, I think. Never saw the Elektra movie. I did not see the Silver Surfer Fantastic Four one, but I did see the first one. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's great either. Say like a solid C movie, I guess. I did see Fan Four Stick, and that was complete and total ass. One of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. Never saw Marvel Zombies. Never saw Wonder Man. I did see the Punisher special. Probably like a C, I guess. Probably like around there. And then I am not watching Spider Noir. I have no interest in it. But yeah, haven't watched F. Got C. Got B. A. And then I got 4 in S tier. New York back on top where it belongs. Your band. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's gonna end it. Apologies for the kind of boring stream, I guess. There's just not much to talk about since, you know, most of the shows that I talk about are over. Obviously, no Invincible until next, or I almost said next season, next year. So we got a little bit over a month until Brand New Day comes out. So excited for that. But those of you who did stick around and watched, appreciate you. Have a good rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of the week. Enjoy the weekend. And I will see you guys next week. Peace out.